So I don't know if you guys can actually hear me shaking my head, but I'm shaking my head. I don't even know where to begin with this show. For starters, it's been a complete disappointment, but then again, it's only been 2 episodes. I keep wanting to give it the benefit of the doubt, because it's a franchise that I really love. But this show is making it really hard on me. After watching the first episode, I wanted to go back and watch all 3 movies again, and I did. And they're still fun, and I still really like those movies. They're well balanced with some goofy stuff, some actual sports action, and some serious moments from time to time. I think this is why this show has been so disappointing so far. It doesn't seem to have that same kind of magic. Maybe I'm just looking through it with some nostalgia glasses, but I'm pretty sure I'm not the only person that feels this way. So here's a recap of what went on. The first scene is the Don't Bothers first practice. I can't believe they named this team the Don't Bothers. I hate that so much. Anyway, Evan's mom decides to kind of do a new age style practice. She has the team pass the puck around at a table in kind of a get to know you exercise. I understand why Evan's mom is doing this. She's seen every one of those kids who play for the Mighty Ducks be overly stressed and treating hockey like it was a job. She wants to have a stress-free environment where these kids can just have fun. She passes out some participation trophies even before they have their first game. Keep in mind their first game is just a few days away. Only one of these kids have actually played competitive hockey. We see Evan and his mom start to kind of clash over how these practices are going to be run. We see them both pleading their case with Coach Bombay to try to help them out. Emilio Estevez continues to be the best part of this show. I think it's because he sort of feels like the audience proxy. Or at least he's a proxy for me. He doesn't seem to care anything about these kids, and neither do I. They haven't really given you a reason to. Yes, all of these kids have some quirky behaviors that are supposed to be character traits, but it doesn't mean I care anything about them. It's weird watching the first Mighty Ducks movie and actually caring about each individual child. And several of those kids don't even feel like they have real personalities. So Bombay is pretty much just annoyed at them and wants them to go away so he can get a nap in. Their second practice is filled with beach balls because Evan's mom doesn't want them to use a puck because I think she thinks it's dangerous. We once again see our 2 main leads plead with Coach Bombay to help them out. There's a great scene here where Bombay says he burned all of the hockey equipment. This team doesn't have any, so that's what they're in need of. We see another great moment of Coach Bombay skating on the ice, and it really had that Mighty Ducks feel to it. I think this is one of those emotional teases where they're trying to hook those of us that remember the movie franchise. That scene feels like the Mighty Ducks. And then I feel like you're taken out of it because Alex is also there, and she's contemplating how bad of a job she's doing at coaching. Bombay basically just tries to give her some advice and move on. He does not want to coach these kids. Obviously, I think that's where we're heading to, but maybe not. So since these kids don't have any hockey equipment, Coach Bombay's advice was for them to go to the Lost and Found of the Mighty Ducks complex. They have a ton of stuff there apparently. So the plan here is for Evan to go in and say that he lost his helmet so the receptionist can unlock the Lost and Found. The second phase of this plan is for Logan to go flirt with a middle-aged woman and distract her while the rest of the team goes into the Lost and Found and pillages for gear that they need. It's a really weird scene. I feel like this is 2 episodes in a row where they're kind of sexualizing Logan for some reason. He's a child. I just don't get it. I think it's completely out of place for a franchise like this. Anyway, the Don't Bothers get the equipment that they need to be able to play their game. The game goes about as well as you expect. None of these kids have ever played hockey except for Evan. They get destroyed. It's actually the first bit of, quote, hockey action that we see, other than the Mighty Ducks practicing. Most of these kids don't even know how to skate. That's why this feels kind of rushed. This doesn't feel like a group of kids who just wanted to play hockey. This is a group of kids that just came together and now they're having to play hockey. The first movies are centered around a love for hockey. This movie is centered around one individual's love for hockey and his mom trying to help him get to play it. The rest of the kids are just here. It's almost like they don't even actually want to be a part of this hockey team. So after they get demolished, Alex tries to lift them up and let them know that winning isn't everything. She wants them to be happy just because they were able to play the game. Evan correctly points out that it's no fun when you lose that bad. He storms off and goes to the ice. He's going to get some practice in. The rest of the team follows. This was actually a really nice moment, I think. The team rallied together and they decided that they actually want to be better. Because let's face it, yes, we want kids to have fun playing sports, but if you're not competitive, there's no fun there. No matter how much you love the game, if you are getting absolutely destroyed when you go out there, there's no way you can have fun doing that. It was really a great moment to see all of the don't bothers go out onto the ice and try to get a little extra practice in. Coach Bombay is looking on from his office. Alex mentions that she's going to have to learn some real hockey to be able to teach these kids so they can get better. They also debuted the Don't Bothers new jerseys. I don't like them. It's not a great color scheme, and obviously the name of the team is just, guys, it's just so rough. Like, the Don't Bothers, it's such a weird name. It's a weird on-the-nose name of, hey, look at us, we're doing things because they told us don't bother. I'm just not a fan of it. There was some glimmer of hope in this episode that maybe we could get some real Mighty Ducks hockey action. And maybe a little bit of that heart and soul that we saw from the 90s. I have my doubts that it's actually going to reach that level, though. I want to keep watching it, and I'm going to keep making these reviews and let you guys know how I feel. But I want to know how you feel. Are you actually enjoying this show, or are you like me and you can't really stand what's happening? This show really needs to get some character growth from these kids. Coach Bombay cannot carry this series by himself. Maybe if he was actually the focus of a show, maybe he could, but since he's basically just being a guest star, he doesn't have enough screen time to really elevate the material. Anyway, that was my review for the Mighty Ducks Game Changers Season 1, Episode 2, called Dusters. If you guys like this episode, I'm going to keep doing them every Friday when the show releases. I hope today's the day that I earned your subscription. Thanks for being a part of my life, and I'll see you next time.